My papaYahga. I was just sitting here with my beloved children, and they inspired thoughts about a very important question that I sought answers to coming up. A question that they're going to want the answers to as well as they come up in life and begin to face the realities, the darker sides of life. I mean, it seems as if we have forgotten to or how to pass wisdom along as we go, especially to our children, our youth, our um, peers, even. I don't know. There's been periods of time. Same. I was guilty of the same thing. Caught up in my own life, but you know, what is life? What's the purpose? What's the meaning of all this? You know, um, I really didn't. In the background, you're gonna hear them playing. They're like the children, and I didn't want to cut that out. I don't know, kind of fit, because it was and enjoying them playing and enjoying them experiencing. I don't know, it inspired this video. So anyway, pretty much my first podcast. I babble a lot. I'm an idiot. I'm not trying to establish anything. Um, with that being said, I also want to point out that I'm not trying to give any word a definition or make any kind of stand. I'm trying to convey an understanding to the question, why? What is going on? You know. So before we get directly to the answer, it brings an important concept, understanding that goes along with it, and that understanding is what is good. You know, good is the total opposite of not good. That's what you know. At least at least when I'm referring to good, that's the context. That's I don't know. It, there's good and there's not good. So you can't be good and then even accidentally, inadvertently, purposely choose to not do good. You see, if you're good, then that's what you are. That's all you do. There's no sin. You see, there's so, and that's what's amazing about this understanding. Because if you understand the concept of good, then you understand that good and light are the same thing. I mean, there's light and there's no light. I mean, if there's total pitch darkness and you put light in the darkness, it obliterates the darkness. It makes the dark go away. You know, if you have light and you surround it with complete darkness, you only cause gloom. You dim the light, but the darkness cannot obliterate the light. You see what I'm saying? It cannot completely envelop the light to where there's no light, because light would still be in the darkness. it would still exist. Does that make sense? So, um, there's good, there's light, and there's absence of good, absence of light. You know, and also that there's a difference between life and living. You know, so anyway, just to make it short, I discovered that the purpose of life is to create good. The reason for living is to show the good in life, to show the importance of life, to show the importance of good. Shows why good is more powerful and more supreme and over absence of good. You know, um, and that falls into the bigger scope of what's going on around us. What this is all about, and I mean, in a big ass nutshell, it's about light and dark. It's about creating light or bringing dark. And here's the beginning of darkness, okay? Because it is about us, but it's not about us. I mean, this existence is so dynamic that it's difficult to articulate even in the one podcast, obviously. But when the fallen were doing the things that they were doing, there wasn't sin. When the fallen angels, sinned against God, it was, well, it caused my father to hide himself. He is the light, to hide his light, to hide himself from them. And so if you take the light away, there's darkness. That's, that's why, shadow beings are so, dark, for example. That's why, everything evil and sinister and oppressive and destructive is of darkness, because I don't know. It's hard to articulate all that. It's just I end up babbling trying, because the concept is, I don't know, difficult to grasp. Sometimes it feels almost like a paradox in trying to bring anything into understanding enough to articulate it. Does that make it? Yeah. Anyway, I'm babbling. But yeah. So yeah, life. I mean, if you think about it, life, has a persistence uh, to to continue to exist. Consciousness. Uh, that that's why we feel oppressed or hurt or upset, because it's when darkness comes down, when evil comes against us, it's an attack that we automatically feel resistant to because we're of light. You know, um, I don't know. There's just too many different directions to go. But anyway, we got to make sure that we don't forget to teach our children, you know, the reality of this life. You know, people will come against you. You will face evil. I mean, we're not. This entitlement crap is only making it more difficult for our loved ones. So we have to start teaching the realities of life. You know, that I don't know. It's not. It's not a cakewalk. You know, we're not guaranteed to always or to be happy. You know, we have to create this good. Well, we don't have to, but I mean, without it, the darkness closes in on you, consumes you into death. You know, it's. I mean, you either live, you know, or you die. You know. But anyway, that's enough babbling. I appreciate y'all listening. More babbling to come.